Folks, my name is Mark Namara Chua, and I'm a Zimbabwean. I'm from Chino University of Technology, so I'm doing my 1-2 in data analytics. So I'm just here to just walk you through, guys, how you can set up your R environment and how you can do some data science thing, how you can work fast, how you can do some reproducible work in R. And also I'll be just doing R and Python. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna do, like, I'm just gonna help you just get an understanding of the basics. This is my first video, so I'll be focusing on, just the basics of how you can just get started, working in R. And then I think my next video I'll also do like how you can get started, like setting up your environment and working in Python. And then how you can just look at your data and quickly get an insights from your data. So, R is a really nice package that you can actually use to do your work. If you're a data science, you can, instead of using Excel, you can start working in R and start doing your thing. I personally like to use R because it's very intuitive. Then I can code along and read my files. I can check the size of the file. I've got like a lot of control over my data. But if you're a data scientist, you know that when you're using Excel is actually optimized for like viewing data and capturing data, but not for analyzing data. I know we can argue for 24 hours, but I'm not just here. I'm just gonna here to show you like an appreciation, like just give you a quick start into so I'm sure for those guys who have been following Arastasism, you know that Mufaro did a video on how you can install R and how you can import files. So I'm not going to cover that. I'm just going to pick it from, I'm just going to talk about some of the popular libraries that you can use in R. Okay, so if you look at my screen there, you can see whenever you want to install, like to do something in R, you need to install a library, right? So and this you can do with let me open a new screen, and then I'll walk you through, guys, how you can do it, right? Okay, so this is how you can what you need to do, right? First thing, you need to say library, right? Library read R. So let me talk a bit about this library called readr. What readr does is it's a library that was created by Hadley Wickham, right? So what it does is it helps you to import data fast, right? So you can import a lot of files using readr. You can import Excel files. You can import CSV files. You can import text files. You can import JSON files. You can import a lot of files. You can think of any file, you can import it in R using readr. So that's just basically how you start working with R. Okay. So what you do is when you say library read R, you then run the library, right? So you can see that if the library is installed, it runs, and you can see that okay, there's no error there. But let's suppose that you do not have a library. So how do you do it? What you need to do is, you can see my libraries, and if you can go to this is called the console. Let me just optimize it for you so that you can see, right? If you can see, this is the console, right? I've made it like now a full page, right? It's showing that R version 4.2, 22 June 2020. So the latest version of R is R 4.2, which was launched in June, right? So let's suppose that you did not have like read R and you wanted to import a file into R. What would you do? So what you just need to do is to come here and say install dot packages. You can see that R will tell you, okay, do you want to install packages? Then when you go there, maybe you can just put a string to say what's the name of the package. And what you normally want to do is to import typedevice, right? Typedevice is the workhorse for R. There's so many libraries, like I can think of ggplot, read R. I can think of per for functions. Then I can think of dplyr for data manipulation, which does some cool things, that you can actually work in, right? So library typedevice, if you just say install packages typedevice, you're going to install maybe 7, 8, 9. I'm not really sure how many libraries are there, but you find that you're going to do a lot of things if you install library typedevice. But if you've got any questions, I'm going to leave my number. Then you can also visit Arastasism www https. I'm going to leave the email address, or you can contact, or you can just go to YouTube and start working with this file. So that's it about library read R. So the other library that you may want to do, right, that you may want that you really want to know, you need to know is library dplyr, right? Library dplyr. So dplyr is a powerful language that is a powerful library that you can use for data manipulation. So really, I'm not going to go deep. We're going to look at dplyr and look at how it compares to Excel and how you can manipulate data fast in using dplyr, right? So I'm going to do a video on this one as well. But for now, you just need to know that there's reader, then there's dplyr, then I'm gonna introduce you to this other library called the library ggplot, right? So ggplot is, we use ggplot to draw graphs, to do plots. You know, ggplot is very powerful in terms of creating data visualization. So for data visualization, I will be using ggplot. Okay, then there are other things, that library that you can use, like for data cleaning. Maybe you can use like library janitor, right, which you can use to clean your data very fast, or you know, to wrangle your data. You can use library janitor, right? So I think I'll also do a video on this where you can actually I'll go through and show you guys how these things actually work, right? Yeah, so that's basically it. Today I'm not going to talk much about